Welcome to another episode on our channel. We are back. We're not quite back to 100%. As you all know, we've been fighting some sort of really awful virus. It's called human metapneumovirus, and there is no treatment for the condition. You can only treat the symptoms. And for both of us, the thing we had in common was coughing, a lot of coughing. It almost took my voice, but I've been able to get it back. And the other thing that for me was the problem for a couple, 3 days was dizziness, exceptional dizziness. I had to pretty much stay in bed because I could not walk a straight line. I was that dizzy. And numbness, tingling in the extremities, fingers and so forth, toes. My husband had the same thing. And his has lasted longer than mine. So we've been out of commission. I think he'll be going on 3 weeks, Wednesday. And I'm a few days, less than him. He's, as far as I can tell, he's turned a corner. I turned the corner a couple days ago, but we're still not 100%. And still taking our cough medications and so forth. But we didn't want to stay away too long, and we miss being here with the community. So at least I was able to get something up the other day, and this is something that I've had for a bit and just haven't gotten around to opening it up. So we'll be doing that today, and then I have some things that I've gotten that'll hopefully help me to make or to complete my World War I set with Austria, Hungary, Serbia, and Japan. I wanted to add those figures to my World War I collection. So hopefully I'll have a chance to do that really soon for you guys. In the meantime, let me go ahead and open this thing. This is something I wanted for a while and finally saw it at a real good price. This is before the tariffs kicked into play, and darn it, it's been an evolving situation, but there's no end in sight right now to the tariffs. So we're just going to have to be extra cautious with how we, how we protect our finances here, especially in the United States. So I don't foresee myself getting other things as complete packages other than some pre-orders I've had on pre-order forever. And I'm just hoping by the time they're released, I won't be killed with the tariffs. But it's reassuring to know I don't have to go through with the transactions if the cost is prohibitive. So yeah, I do have a few things on pre-order. All right, so this is the Wasp. Oh, okay. That's an interesting looking box. I'm used to seeing a figure on the box. You can see her a little in the corner here, but let me get the plastic off. All right, so this is Evangeline Lilly, who apparently acting wasn't part of her plans, actually. She had done a number of things, but she was actually discovered by someone when she was walking down the street in Canada. She's Canadian, and got into it was a talent agency scout, I guess, and he was wondering if she would be interested in modeling. So it just kind of came out of nowhere. She was actually doing a number of things before that. She had done some waitressing. She had done she was an airline stewardess. And one of the other interesting things she had done was changed oil on big trucks, a grease monkey, as she referred to it. No, honey. No play with the box. That's little Miss Evil being naturally evil. So she was discovered, and I guess her first role was Lost. And of course, she was quite good in that series. Little Miss Evil has her eye on this box. I'm going to put it up here. My husband is saying, no, don't put it up here. We'll see if she notices I moved it there. Anyway, okay. Wow, that's interesting. I guess I did notice that. They put this big warning on it. It contains a button cell or coin battery. Death or serious injury can occur if ingested. Whoa. Hey. All right. Well, okay. I've never seen that warning on a box, and I've gotten figures that do light up to a certain extent. Anyway, Evangeline Lilly has played in Lost, The Hobbit, and of course, Ant-Man, the Wasp, part of the Marvel series here. So this is the short-haired version of her. And the box looks pretty good, actually. I love it when it has this sleeve. Oh, this is interesting. Huh. It's having a little problem coming off. I'm wondering if I'm just not doing it right, or have to kind of just be patient with it. So we'll be right back. I'll get it off, and we'll be right back. We are back, and that sleeve actually came off. I just had to set it down this way, and then kind of just a little wider here at the top, and it came off quite easily. The neat thing about it is this is very interesting in terms of concept. It's plastic. The cover is plastic, which means there are no dings that I see. Huh. This is, and it's translucent. I've never seen a figure like this before, and it's Hot Toys. So it's Hot Toys, but it's the movie Masterpiece series. I don't know if that's a thing now with plastic, but this is the novel idea. I normally don't like plastic, but I can see the one advantage with having plastic is that it's more indestructible, I guess is a good way to put it, because the box is going to be easily dinged in many respects. So I usually like to open it from the bottom. So this is a new idea for me. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. All right. But yeah, very unusual. I never would have thought of normally, again, I don't like the idea of having a plastic box. But one thing is for sure, it's sort of like the plastic container on the inside. When do you ever see something like this thing? It just doesn't happen. Oops, I almost dropped it. Would have been fun. So anyway, no, little evil. Are you gonna be evil? I know you're thinking about it. She's so bad. All right. Okay. So, wow. Okay. There she is. I don't really like the, the helmeted versions. So I'm not a fan of those things. It's sort of like with Boba Fett with his helmeted version. Yeah. I almost didn't keep them because, it wasn't like it was personalized enough. She does come with her shorter haired head. And I'll be getting that on her as soon as possible. So we're going to pause, going to get everything out and show you what comes with this particular figure. But that plastic box, that shocked me. I wasn't expecting that at all. But it does match her yellow. We'll be right back. We are back, and she looks absolutely awesome. She comes with an extra pair of wrist pegs. Love that when they include that. They almost always do. They almost always have at least 3 sets of hands, and she does. So she has fisted hands that are basically just black, but there's a little design on the top part of the hands. The hands I have on her are actually just really unique. They're kind of pointed upwards. The fingers are pointed upwards, the thumb down. These are relaxed hands. And on the other side, you'll be able to see the design on that side as well. They're all the same in that respect. On her back, she came with this thing that kind of looks like a miniature parachute, but it's just a cover that you can take off. It has 2 peg holes in it, and it just attaches to her back. When you pull it off, then you have additional peg holes that are revealed, and you can put the ball and joint wings on her, and then use a similar like parachute cover. It's a miniature thing. It just kind of reminds me of a parachute. A similar one that has longer peg holes so that it can kind of hold the wings in place or cover the peg holes. So it just looks nicer. And these things can really move around. I mean, you can move them forward, backwards, up, down, on and on the list goes. It's a lot of mobility with the wings. I just think that's a awesome look for her. They're translucent, not unlike the plastic box that it came with. Her helmeted version does light up. The only bad thing about it is you have to take this cover off to get to the switch. So this goes on once you turn it on, goes back on to cover the switch, which is a pain. If the switch was more external, it would be so much easier to turn the light on and off. We'll get a close-up of that after a bit. And of course, she comes with the miniature Ant-Man. And I am sure he comes with the miniature Wasp. So that part is very, very cool as well. The stand itself is nice because it matches so nicely. It doesn't interfere with, sometimes the colors are a little different from the actual figure itself, and it's like it competes for your attention. This blends in very nicely with this figure. So we'll pause and get her on a turn tray, talk a little bit more about her, and then we'll get a different turn tray and get some closer shots of her as well. So we'll be right back. I'm trying not to get hit by her wings, but here she is from a distance, and you can kind of see the wings a little bit. We'll get some closer shots of her, but she is, as I said before, Canadian. She speaks fluent French because she went to a French immersion school to learn the language, and did a number of jobs, odd end jobs. What shocked me the most was not the waitressing or the flight attendant work, but the grease monkey work where she was changing oil on big trucks. And she could handle, I guess, a 1-ton truck in terms of driving it around. Unfortunately, she's had several accidents with motor vehicles. I don't know if they were trucks or not, but I did read where she's been in at least 8 accidents, not with another vehicle at all. So she ran into some things somewhere along the way. And acting was not anywhere on her radar. She just was approached by someone who got her into modeling, and then she landed a spot on Lost. She actually wanted to be involved with Star Wars and play Princess Leia at one time, but that was not to be. But she was in The Hobbit, and also since then Ant-Man and Wasp. So yeah. And this is the shorter haired version of her. And I just thought it was a cool look, so I decided to get her. I don't have enough females in my collection, so I wanted to get a hold of her, and I do hope I can get Ant-Man as well, because obviously having just one from a movie is it just doesn't feel as complete as possible. So we'll pause. I love, again, the wings are just awesome. I love this whole set. So we'll pause, be back in a second so you can get some closer looks of her. So there's the vibrant stand. The helmet is lit up. You can see the yellow light there. It's very awesome. The Ant-Man is next to the helmet as if he's running downhill. He's not quite as tall as those green soldiers that were available years back when, but yeah, appropriate for this figure, the right size. Her outfit is vibrant, yellow, just the outlines, the touch of blue in certain spots of the uniform that just really push the colors out even more so. But the black and yellow are vibrant, and the wings, oh my gosh, these wings are awesome. So we'll pause now and get some tighter close-ups of her and do a full 360 to see those wings. So you can see the helmeted version here. She looks awesome, and when lit up, even more awesome. But I just, I don't prefer the helmeted versions of figures. I very much like the head this way. So we'll just kind of go around so you can see her from all angles here and try to get a better view of the wings. They're very mobile. You can go up, down, more forward, more backwards. Just well designed. And again, the outfit, very well designed. She's very, very articulate. So you can move her into almost any position you want her to be in, because her legs are her knees are gonna bend, her elbows are gonna bend, her shoulders are gonna move up and down. Even though this is very form-fitting, the outfit, it doesn't seem to restrict her on any level. And the fact that the wings themselves are very articulated is just extra icing on the cake, so to speak. So we'll pause now and get a really tight close-up of her face. Hot Toys rarely disappoints, and this is a good example of a great head sculpt. The only thing I've usually had challenges with are the boxes themselves, even coming from Sideshow, because they will not guarantee or refund you for light damage to the box. Here's one last look at Evangeline Lilly, who portrayed the Wasp in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm just tickled to death with this figure. It's perfect. Yeah, so I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day and please stay healthy.